Welcome to an overview of the SWG UE Community version, initial release built in Unreal 5.6.1. And yes, this voice is AI generated because I'm simply too lazy to record my own. If you're completely new to Unreal, I would suggest spending an hour just learning how to navigate and do simple stuff like this menu here. Spawn at current camera location or default player start. There's tons of newbie tutorials on YouTube. The main difference with the community version is cleaned up from store assets, including missing fake planets that aren't based on the actual maps from galaxies. Another reason for this version is that I have learned Unreal from scratch by doing this project, so the concept version is actually a giant mess. And this version is more like a cleaned up template you can use to build your own stuff. You'll notice that some of the logic is missing in the editor. So for example, some of the doors that teleport to apartments and things like that may get you stuck inside, but it's easy to add back. All the teleport blueprints share the same logic, so you can easily make your own portals and place in the world. The default player character uses a modified echolocomotion, converted in Blender from scratch. If you want the exact same locomotion as in my concept demo, you can get the Xandra package from the store. It's called XCC Quinn. It contains a modified Echo version that I used for the concept demo that works a lot better with the meta-human skeleton. In terms of functionality, it's pretty much the same as my concept demo, except you'll notice that removed planets won't load through the travel terminal, it will revert to the main menu. Also note that the player spaceship no longer exists, because that entire level is store content, so if you use the spaceship terminal, nothing happens. The space construct functionality is still there, so you can load spaceflight manually. Like shown here, the player ship is replaced with the N1 starfighter. You can open these blueprints and change to whatever you want. It's also easy to change the engine sound effect depending on what jump to light speed content you want to build. It would be very cool to be able to exit the pilot chair in space and walk around in your ship, just like in galaxies. Most things should work out of the box the same as in the concept version, all the UI stuff, spawning the speeder bike, universal interaction system, and so on. You can also see how I've built the logic in the player character and all the blueprints. It's the same character as in the concept version, just no longer using a metahuman but the default Quinn character. One thing to note about the levels is that they have streaming disabled. I played around with world partition and couldn't figure out how to make faraway landscape load properly. Also, with the atmospheric flight feature, it just didn't work with streaming and grids. It does kill performance though to have streaming disabled, so you may want to look into changing this. You'll notice the forest landscape is missing. At one point, there was a dense forest in the concept version, and I spent quite a bit of time designing, but eventually I realized it killed performance and would have required some manual setup and faked distant meshes, so I just deleted most of it. As I'm recording this, there is a preview out of Unreal 5.7 that has voxel streaming, so you may want to look into that. I'm guessing it's a feature that could be standard in the future without having to go through the trouble with a distant level of detail. It's the tech that they showcased in the Witcher demo, and it might very well be how we'll design large detailed landscapes in the future. Some of the planets are included at full scale, so you can put your player house where you used to live on live, or just go crazy and build the entire planets. I've only converted some of the buildings for Unreal. There are thousands of files left to convert, but I've included a guide in the loose files how to do this. Lastly, I would say make backups, which you can do here in the menu. Just select Zip Project and do this occasionally. There's also the whole thing with revision control systems, but that's a topic you'll have to research if you want to get into that. Sometimes you break things and you don't even know how you broke it. It's always good to have an older version that you can merge content from. That's pretty much it. Have fun, and may the Force be with you.